Guys, are you ready? Are you ready for the hottest take of all time? I don't think you're actually ready, so just brace yourself, alright? Here it comes. Demon Slayer is... Giving an opinion about a shonen anime is kind of like walking into the ghetto in the middle of a gang war and expecting not to get lynched. You say a show is great, you get beaten the fuck up. You say a show is trash, you get beaten the fuck up. You say you like a character, you get beaten the fuck up. You say you don't like a character, you get beaten the fuck up. You say a show is okay, you will get a hit put on you and everyone around you, as all your closest acquaintances will be assassinated one by one as you're forced to look on in despair as everyone you've ever loved will pay the consequence for your dumb, stupid actions that you've brought upon the world. And then you get beaten the fuck up. So, anyway, I just watched the new Demon Slayer. Yep, I'm going to be a normie today and talk about Demon Slayer, but before that, I'd like to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Square Enix and NieR Reincarnation. NieR Reincarnation is the first mobile entry to the legendary NieR series. This is a free-to-play action command RPG from Square Enix and Applebots available on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Coming from legendary creative director Yoko Taro, composer Keiichi Okabe, and producer Yosuke Saito. This is an action command RPG that features a turn-based battle system allowing you to build a team of unique characters and customizable loadouts to battle against powerful enemies. Featuring a fast-paced battle system with top-quality graphics and beautiful soundtrack, immerse yourself in the deep story of NieR Reincarnation. I mean, come on, it's from Yoko Taro. You know it's going to be absolutely bonkers. Not only that, but until March 14th PST, they're also having a collaboration with NieR Automata. This is your chance to get 2B, A2, and 9S as playable characters to help you fight against the enemies, but you also have a chance to get 2P, Theo, and Akeha costumes. Right now, you can enjoy an original story featuring NieR Automata characters only available during this collaboration, and you can clear crossover events to earn medals to exchange for event-exclusive items. There's also going to be a global celebration of the Japanese first anniversary until March 9th, when players can receive a bunch of rewards and bonuses. So, what are you waiting for? Dive into the madness of the latest NieR series by clicking the link in the description and giving it a go today. Thank you to Square Enix for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is a series that has completely blown away my expectations on just how popular it would get. Season 1, episode 19 broke the internet. The manga sold like a bajillion more volumes than the previous undisputed king, One Piece. The movie became the top grossing anime movie of all time. All time! Here in Japan, it is full on mainstream with every single age range alike, and it just keeps breaking records left, right, and center. I knew, as with every shonen battle series, it was probably going to get popular, but since my last video, I don't think it's an understatement to say that it's become a worldwide sensation. And the question that's always been on my mind is, why? I spent a good amount of time trying to rationalize it in my head, doing some Sherlock Holmes level brain expansion deductive reasoning, piecing together all the possible reasons, all the little nuances, combing through the smallest details, trying to justify what sets it apart this much for it to have the impact that it does around the world. And then I watched season 2 and I was like, oh, it's just because the show fucking slaps. Demon Slayer's Entertainment District arc is some of the most pure, undistilled hype I've ever had the pleasure to experience in the shonen genre. No crazy complicated power systems or 5-head battle strategies, just pure hype. I'm going to assume you've already seen the new season in this video because, let's be honest, you're not here to listen to me to help you decide whether you should be watching it because you probably already are. It's freaking Demon Slayer. And I just wanted to gush about it a bit because we have one thing we can thank for that. Studio Ufotable. You know, just a while ago, I might have been just a little bit, just a tiny bit salty. When Mugen Train had beaten out the likes of Mushoku Tensei in the animation department in the Anime Awards because I thought it was unfair that a movie-level production was being compared to a TV series. But the Entertainment District arc showed me that Ufotable don't give a flying fuck about movie-level production when everything they do now is apparently movie-level quality. This is better than Season 1, better than their own movie, better than, and it hurts me to say this, possibly anything else they've worked on so far. Look, you know me, I would die defending Fate if I needed to, Astolfo body pillar in hand and all, and I'm gonna take a moment to tell you to go fucking watch the Heaven's Feel movies because it is the studio at the top of their game, but as much as I love Fate, there is also a lot of this. When we see amazing fight sequences, it normally only lasts a few minutes. Even Demon Slayer Season 1 revolved around one short, explosive moment of animation that ended the fight. But Season 2 gave us like 6 episodes in a row of high-intensity, squeaky-bum, full-nut action that rivaled and sometimes even exceeded the shit you see in movie-level productions. In a TV series, what they've done here is absolutely fucking insane. And this wasn't just your typical flashy, no choreography action. There was some really cool shit going on. One of the highlights for me was just seeing how they portrayed a battle on multiple fronts. Normally, when you have a team battle in anime, it's not really a team battle, but a series of individual fights. Matchups are separated, battles don't interfere with one another. Geologically, they might not even be near each other. Entire fights will be segmented by episodes, so it's crystal clear who's fighting who. But this was nothing like that. Attacks weave in from one battlefield to another. Strikes will come in tandem or separate depending on the ebb and flow of things. Characters actually switch targets depending on the state of the fight. It felt like the battle itself had a life of its own. It was organic. It was constantly moving, constantly changing. This actually felt like one massive battle with a ton of smaller moving parts making it up. This is what a spectacle of the highest degree looks like. Mainstream or not, I gotta give respect when respect is due. The visuals were out of this world. The sound design gave life to every attack. The music sent chills down my spine. The story was solid. Alright, here we go. Look at this guy enjoying Demon Slayer. Watch this. I'm about to end his entire career. Demon Slayer? More like D-Mid Slayer. When Christ himself resurrected from the dead, performing an impossible miracle for the world to see, shonen fans were like, yeah, that was mid. Anytime I even mention Demon Slayer, I actually gotta mute the thread because of the amount of shit being thrown from every angle and the amount of people acting like they have massive cocks because they can call a popular show everyone else likes mid. I don't know what this obsession is with the shonen community in particular with calling other popular shonen series mid. Like the only breathing technique they've learned from Demon Slayer is huffing copium, because how the fuck does this count as mid? All I'm saying is, if you want to see mid, try being an isekai fan. You merely adopted the mid. We were born in it, molded in it. I didn't see my first good anime until I stopped crossing the road. Yes, Demon Slayer isn't a complex narrative political heavyweight like Attack on Titan is right now, but it doesn't try or need to be. Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, they might not have an ocean level amount of depth to them, but they fill the exact role they need to, just like every new character introduced. Tengen had some big shoes to fill, coming after Rengoku stole the show, but I think he was the perfect guy to do it. Yes, he's a Hashira. Yes, he's confident and powerful, but he's oh so aware about his own limits. He has his own people he looks up to, he respects. He knows he's not the greatest or strongest Demon Slayer to ever live, and it was just really humbling to see a man who had accepted that he wasn't the star that shone the brightest, which made him shine even more. Like, the dude just seems like a chill bro you'd hang out with. Hell, I'd like to buy him a pint. Okay, and now he's cancelled. You can spend an eternity picking apart the plot conveniences or characters, but at the end of the day, I watch shonen anime for the moments that make my jaw drop on the floor, and Demon Slayer made me open my jaw so wide, a JoJo fan would have thought I just finished sucking 1,000 dicks, because I think what shines about Demon Slayer is its simplicity. A lot of people like to say, well, Demon Slayer wouldn't be as good if it wasn't for the animation. Yes, and Berserk wouldn't be one of the most beautifully illustrated manga of all time if it was drawn by a drunk ape. Writing, characters, world building, power systems, it doesn't necessarily go above and beyond compared to some of its counterparts, but it doesn't really need to. When it delivers this hard in the moments that matter, it's doing exactly what it needs to do without complicating shit. When you get to this level of popularity this fast, it isn't the intricate nuances that play the biggest factor, it's how well you can execute the simple stuff. Your grandma walks in on you watching other shows and she asks, "What's that?" And you have to explain, well, you see, grandma, this kid's trying to find his dad, so they use their nen, which is a power, to transport them into a video game, which isn't really a video game, to find clues, and now they're playing a game of volleyball because that's one of his dad's friends, who may or may not know where his dad is, except everyone also has superpowers, like he can use rock, paper, scissors, he can use electricity, and then there's also a clown who can turn his energy into bungee gum. So your grandma goes, "I don't get it." I really hope your grandma doesn't sound like this. As opposed to when she walks in you watching Demon Slayer and you go, "Oh, well, this guy's a Demon Slayer and this guy's a demon and he's trying to slice his head off." So your grandma goes, "Good. Fuck them demons." You got the good guys, you got the bad guys. The bad guys lose when the good guys slice their head off. It's so simple, your grandma can follow along, and so every fight is just one massive build-up for this single moment, and Demon Slayer pushes this build-up to the absolute limit of intensity. The second half of the Entertainment District arc is just a big lead-up to one massive crescendo. No amount of lube in the world could prepare my anus for the pure, unadulterated hype that would be entering it. Some of these scenes came with such intensity that I forgot I knew my own breathing technique, called, well, breathing. There were some moments that literally took my breath away, and it was only after the moment had passed that I remembered to take a deep breath, to take in the sheer orgasmic energy I had just experienced, and double check that I hadn't ejaculated in the process. standard for anime.